Sorry about the YouTube mix up there. It's hard to synchronize all of the screens. I'm learning. I feel like a newbie burner who's trying to figure things out. Me too. So here we are at Burn 2 in Second Life. That's what we're doing right now. And we are at the workshop center called Introduction Junction, created by Zoran, one of our builders and volunteers who helps make stuff, which is great. And right now I'm going to do a slideshow. I'm going to get my mouse cam working and close out some of my screen boxes. So I'm going to control F1 on my Firestorm. And then you can ask questions if you like. I'll try to listen for your voices. I think I'll be able to hear. And maybe I'll say, are there any questions? Something like that. So I have these two slideshows that I'll be presenting. Let me double check on my OBS. Yep. And one of them is for performers. We recently did a Second Life birthday presentation. Burn 2, the community, did that on a stage to talk about our community and what we do here. And we did that for like half an hour. And I had like a 10-minute window to talk about performance. And that's what I'm going to show you guys. So let's start off with this slide. Can you guys all see? Oh, there's something that's, let me try to get that, that one panel for the tarp is sticking into the, let me fix that. Let's see. Control edit. So you guys, let's see, Candace, I don't think you're new. Do you guys want to?
No, but I'm kind of curious about how to do the media feeds.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad you're here then to listen and learn. And Sync, are you new
New of what?
in Second Life? Let me take a look at. Let me perv your profile. Well, actually, I shouldn't because it's going to show through on LBS and maybe.
Actually, I'm one of the founders.
One of the founders. Well, welcome.
Yeah.
So you are a
Thank
founding
you.
member. That means if I looked at your profile, you would be about 14, 15 years old, or?
Yeah, 13 or 14 maybe.
Oh, that's
I
great.
think it was
13 years, 4 months.
2007,
Oh,
the beginning.
yeah. Okay. Okay. We have Lee Olson, who I often look on the sim and I see who's old and who's, you can tell there's this chart that you can look at and see the age of an avatar who's on the sim. And Lee Olson is one of the founders as well. He's one of our rangers here and he's been active. So, hey, I'm glad you're
Okay,
here.
great.
You might learn something new. That'd be
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Always in life. Always in
Yeah,
life.
exactly. So, have you been stepped away for a little while and came back in, or you've always been active?
Yes,
hmm
yes.
We have a lot of
Mm-hmm.
new burners who are getting new avatars, and then there's burners who have been around when it first started because it was so exciting, and then kind of left the scene and have found their password and are now in our Burn 2 playing around with our Black Rock City, Virtual Rock City with older avatars, vintage avatars like yours, which looks pretty cool, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to make my clothes, and also I made a lot of I made a music studio
Mm-hmm.
in 2007,
Mm.
and we used to play with other, avatars around the world all together in the studio with all the instrument
Oh,
plugging in. Very, very interesting.
I'm very
So I'm
curious
a
about that.
I'm a
Mm-hmm.
I'm a pioneer about that. Actually, I still have the studio and everything
Oh.
um, in my files in the
Very
what
neat.
is the name?
Very neat.
Eh?
I'm curious how does one, there's this is a little bit advanced, but there's a latency with streaming. Right now, for
Yeah,
example, we watch the YouTube channel. If you clicked on the link that I
yeah,
sent out into nearby local
yeah.
chat, you'll
Always
see there's a
happens.
little latency. So
Always
how
happen.
do you? I know that there are some. How do you fix the latency problem? But that's a
At
separate.
that time, it was like you have to get used. You
Uh
have to
huh.
get used to the. If you are a musician, you can get used to the little
Delay.
seconds maybe,
Mm-hmm.
and you can improve in
And
on time.
did you do it like just turn on the microphone and everyone was in the room on the local voice? Is that how it was done?
I didn't understand.
Oh yeah, so like everybody had their voice on and they play their instrument at home and goes through the microphone to the studio room in Second Life.
Yeah, that
Mm-hmm.
that was one way, but
Mm-hmm.
we have another way with the streaming because also I used to play as like DJ sets
Mm-hmm.
in at that time. So we used to have the streaming. I remember I pay a little fee and they gave me the all the information, and
Yeah.
I stream at that time. So it was a little slow, but worked very good. Actually, I DJs in Second Life since the beginning. It was
Just
amazing.
do a
Actually, it
jam.
was
Yeah.
a Space, the discotheque Pacha from Ibiza, no Space and Pacha also. They
Mm-hmm.
used to have a discotheque, the same as in Ibiza, and it was
Oh,
a lot of great DJs playing at that time. I
interesting.
remember that. Very interesting.
But
Yeah.
I'm going to go with my slides now. That's so cool that you created that. That sort of fits into these slides, doesn't it? So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the background as an introduction. So
Perfect.
yeah. So how did I get into Burn Two and into Second Life? I was uh, member. I was a Burning Man attendee before I was a Second Life Burn 2 burner. So I was burning in Black Rock City and other regionals. And somebody told me about a camp that they were designing in Second Life at Burn 2. And I was buying a laptop that particular year. And I had already said to the store, give me the one that has the most, bang for its buck, because then I can use it for a long time and not have to buy another one every 2 years. Just give me one that'll last a long time. So they gave me this gamer laptop because they said that was the one. Yeah, so I didn't know what to do with it. I wasn't a gamer.
Great. Yeah.
And I ended up with this laptop and Burn 2. In the first year, I couldn't find it, just like everybody else complaining. I was like, "Where is it?" So it was supposed to be happening, and like everybody else, like 3 days in, I finally get my avatar when I should have probably got it 2 weeks ago, and figured out how things work. Next thing you know, the week passed, and I think I got the last day. So, but I ended up coming back more and more because I'm very extroverted and I enjoy the community and the people. And so here I am today. I don't know how many years now. I think it was around 2012 ish. And I've gotten a better computer, and lots of things have changed. And I like to challenge myself with new stuff. So I learned a little bit about DJing, and I'm not nearly as advanced as many DJs. I consider myself a crappy DJ, but at least I know how to stream in world and I can show you what I know. So that's how we're gonna roll. It's not like advanced beat matching and that kind of thing. Although we just had a wonderful two of the same workshops happen already with DJ Puddles, and they were really good. So performing on stage, it's fun. It's a high profile way to get involved. And again, this was designed for a Second Life residents who were thinking about checking out Burn 2, this slide, but the whole thing. So it just kind of gives you an idea that we have this now at Burning Man. What's it like? What's the difference? Well, here's an example of a photograph in 2014. Took a photograph of Opulent Temple, and this was a pretty big crowd, and many years it can get that crowded. So you can see that there's a DJ in the middle of those two stars, and with all of these burners who have, and with 70,000 people, what they do is they put the sound camps on both sides of the ring. There's usually two sound camps at least on either side to keep the sound further out into the playa. And they're usually really big, loud, so huge speakers. You can see these big speakers that are right here where the green lights are. So it gets like
Yeah.
that. And so we have a lot of performers and DJs at Burning Man and at other regionals around the world, like in South Africa, Spain, all of the Argentina. I'm sure has at least two
Yeah. I
regionals.
know. I know
Mm-hmm.
Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Martin is
The
is
regional
the
contact.
one who is in Argentina.
Well, that's cool. Yeah.
Is Fuego Austral is called here.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So that's cool. Yeah. So there's lots of regionals. We just said that there's one in Argentina called Huevo Astral.
Austral, exactly.
I
Fuego
like that.
Austral.
It's fun to say. So at Burn 2, we volunteer to build up stages just like they do at Burning Man. All that stuff that you just saw on that picture, I guess who brought it out? People who donated, and was able to help do that kind of that level. And their camps, these sound camps are huge. So we all build it. The volunteers, and there's many performers who've enjoyed our stages over the years. Here's an example of a schedule that was out, that we put out for everyone to see. So here's me. This was a while ago. Me with my laptop, and I have some records and my two computers that we're running and trying to trying to be that DJ. So we have musicians who play live, original improv music. We have recorded tracks. Some do the digital sound mixing on special equipment. And it's easy. It's not easy to make everything digitally work, to get all the technology to work on your computer. Just now, trying to get this to work, I have at least 4 or 5 apps up to make my YouTube live stream. But it's fun to try. So, and it's not easy. It's quite a challenge. So once you get your technical setup finally dialed in, it's really fun. So here's a couple of pictures. We usually have up to 3 main stages at the Big Burns. And then camps themselves will have their own space. So other stages tend to be more elaborate with stage modifications for the performers. We have what's called center camp with a relaxing space, and it's usually a little more chill out with pillows and that kind of thing. And in fact, at Burning Man, their center camp also has a couple of stages that they run throughout the week. So yeah, it's kind of part of our culture, both inside and outside of Second Life. And here's one of our DJs having a little fun with fire, which we like to do. And then one of our sound camps from years past. Here's an example of this is an older picture. I want to say that could have been 2010, 2011, maybe even. Burn with, I think that's Organica, who still is one of the sound camps that likes to perform with us. Even now. Everybody hearing me okay?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let me just double check. All right, is that Zoran there? Can't see you. Okay, very good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you all. That's great because you're all coming through on the stream too. Just so you know.
Welcome.
Yeah, so what was I just doing here? Did I skip? No. So we do have like volunteers to help our performers. We have hosts who help with the stages so that when we're setting up the start and transitioning our performers from one to the other, they help set up the performers. They let the crowd know what's going on as far as who's next and that sort of thing. It's really fun to be a stage host, by the way. We are lucky to have lots of stage hosts for this event this year, so a lot stepped up. And then we have a performance lead assistant and a performance lead. So if somebody wanted to be a performance lead assistant, you can step up into performance lead in the future. But what that would entail is sending out information to our performers, helping to manage Burn 2 stages and the performance schedule, helps the lead with other duties and that sort of thing. So if anyone's interested out there and stepping into a volunteer role, we do have our weekly planning meetings that happen 2 times a week, every week. So we have a 9 o'clock on Thursdays. This is PM and Pacific time, also known as Second Life time. And then we have a 9 a.m. Saturday, I think it is, yeah, Saturday, more of a European time slot for planning out our events and that sort of thing. So that's how you could go and kind of get some more information and get set up with a volunteer position. So all the details, including our planning meeting schedule, is on you guessed it, the website. And we also have a forum. Now, one of the great things we have in the Gerlach town, which is kind of close to where we are, is this new Gerlach Roadhouse. Yay! And it's a complete venue with the burners who have been performing with us and are in what we call our access group, which is our access to the sim volunteer group. So our builders are in there, our rangers, our stage hosts, and the performers are all in the access group. And it provides access to, when it's open and set up, to set up what's called resing on the sim and put stuff down on our flat playa. So this gives access to the stream and to resing, like maybe a stool and a guitar stand or something like that. So it's all set up once you're in access to self-schedule yourself into the venue. So there's a self-scheduler on our website. Oh, and that was for, this is our Second Life presentation. We had a cake we made for SLB, the birthday celebration. And this was this huge playa cake. You can't see it, but at the top there was a big man and a little mini playa, and it was so big, we needed an art car to go up to the top. So we made an art car reser as well that traveled up the spiral and made it up to the playa. So
Well, the theme was road trips after all.
yes, it was. Thanks for reminding me. So that concludes our little intro to what it's like to perform in our community. We want to thank all those volunteers who help us. Whoops. And what did I just do? Here we go. Let me go back. Actually, we're going to move forward anyway to say we've got our website, and certainly you can contact us. And our section of the website that has that the ability to leave us a note. It's /contact-us. So I'm just going to move this over here in just a moment, and then we'll move into the other presentation. Let me just go ahead and actually just take it away, and then move this over. So people on the YouTube channel can get a little taste of what it's like for builders to move things. I'm manipulating my keyboard and my mouse right now, and I'm in build mode. Now I'm going to finish up by closing all that out. All right, so let's see. Whoop, no, I have to fix something. I got to get out of edit. Can everybody see okay, the screen? All right, just a word. Yeah. So before we get started, this is not one of those types of things where I'm going to teach you how to be a DJ from start to finish. It's a lot to figure out, and we don't have that capacity right now to do that. But I can give you an idea of if you had your DJ set up, because you went to what I like to call YouTube University. That's where I got my information from. And you've discovered how to set up all of your technical apps at your desktop, and now you are ready to take what you have set yourself up with to stream in World. This is the app. This is the workshop for you. So we are going to show some of the technology that does cost, and there's no endorsing. The products are not really endorsed. Most of the stuff that we are going to be looking at is free. So just want to let you know that's not what we're about here. So, and this is a step-by-step guide to help you establish the established DJs, like I said, stream. So, and again, we know how frustrating it is to be dialed in. So really the best way to help yourself get to a level where you're comfortable beginning to stream into Second Life is really to ask your friends how to help, like somebody who's already set up as a DJ, who is somebody who is doing it at home, would very likely like to talk about their passion and their interest, and would probably help you if you asked. There's also YouTube, and we even have performers and DJs here, which potentially could help you if you asked, although I'm not going to volunteer anybody, but if you asked around, you very well could find someone. So now most online radio streams are powered using Shoutcast and Icecast. So there's a way for you to use your own servers. So let's say you had a external cloud drive box like I have. I actually have one that has a couple of terabyte, I think it's 4 terabyte of server space on it. It's basically hard drives. And technically I can turn that into a stream. so that it's hooked up to the internet where you can come and have access to it, and then it becomes my server that sends out my computer audio. But that's a lot of work, and I don't want to do that, and most people don't have that. So this is what most people are going to be doing. They're going to use their video computer audio card, and in this case, this is an example of a Mac, and then it's going to be going from Soundflower and Line-In to what's called BUTT. B-U-T-T is often used, and we're going to focus in on that one because it is free. It's fairly easy to set up once you get it dialed in, and then it goes to an online radio such as Shoutcast or Icecast, and from there, they amplify your sound out into the internet so that others can absorb, can retrieve it. So BUTT stands for broadcast using this tool, but I like to call it BUTT because it's funny. So
They call it BUTT as well. It's
Yeah.
one of those kind of amusing free software names.
stick it in your butt.
Broadcasting out of your butt.
Yeah, stick the music in your butt. Yeah, so some DJ apps
Hello.
have the ability. Hi,
We have the bike is here.
let the bike be there. It should be. You can just look around it. Yeah.
I love it.
So some DJ apps have the ability to live stream within the app settings, and if not, then there are some apps that are used to bridge between the computer sound card and an online radio stream. So here we have a couple of Mac options, Soundflower, Line-In. And if you're a Mac user, read those paragraphs. Then BUTT is what I'm using. It's used in Mac, Windows, and Linux. And here you can see that it has sourceforge.net is where you get it, and it's downloadable and free. That's always nice, right? And you can rent Shoutcast and Icecast. You see, these apps that you're going to be using to stream in World, those are not free. So Icecast and Shoutcast does cost a fee. And so with that in mind,
And the speed, the internet speed. How about? Do you have any numbers?
like
Measures?
what the SoundCloud, what the Icecast and the Shoutcast speed's going at. I want to say I don't think it's 256. I think it's 190 something, if I remember correctly. Does that sound right? My number?
No.
Yeah.
No, the speed of
Frames per second?
megabytes per second. Megabytes per second. Yeah.
Megabytes per second. No, I do not have
Okay,
that
don't worry.
information. I might.
Step in on that if that's all right.
Sure, please do.
So the most critical thing with streaming on the person's end who's doing it is their upload speed.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
probably
Exactly.
need to have an upload of at least 3 megabytes a second, 4 megabytes a second on their upload at the bare minimum.
Oh, okay. That's
Whatever is
that's fine. That's
always
fine.
Good because
Yeah, okay.
everything that you're sending
Okay.
is going up that connection.
Let's double check on
Yeah.
my sound. You guys are coming in pretty good on the sound level. That's good. Okay. So back to the slide. So I'm moving on to this one. Thank you, Zoran. Where's my slide? Let's
Thanks.
go. There we go. Now you can rent, like I said, because it does cost. So regarding Shoutcast and Icecast, you can lease an account directly from them, and then to do that as a monthly charge. And lots of DJs who like to have a 24-hour kind of a radio station can do something like that and use it. There's other apps out there that have a kind of a radio station that's embedded in their program, but they may or may not stream out of whatever their setup is. So that's the one that Shoutcast and Icecast have set up, allow you to take it, provide a stream address and put it into a SIM in Second Life. So most DJs are using that. And so you can rent a stream for an extended period of time using many rental stores available in Second Life, using Linden dollars to purchase the rental. And then those rents are usually from hours to weeks at a time, depending on what you need. And I do have a video that shows you how to, from start to finish, go into a store and buy an item that would be your rental, your rent of an ice cast or a shout cast. I do have that, and I can show it if you think we need it. Do you guys know how to go into a store and buy an item? Are you comfortable with that?
Sure. Yeah, actually, at that time in 2007,
Yeah.
I used to rent the cast,
Mm-hmm.
the streaming with Lindens.
There you go. You were one of these store owners then. Yeah, so just give you a rough idea rather than the whole video. Go ahead, Zoran, you were going to say?
No, I wasn't going to say anything.
Okay, I'll keep going.
Yeah, I wanted to say something.
Oh, yes, please.
I wanted to say something. I wanted to ask, like, what's about like regular streaming services like Twitch or something?
Oh yeah, Twitch. Can you? So the question might be, since we are talking about streaming into Second Life, can you take your Twitch account and figure out a way to take the Twitch and put it into Second Life? Well, the way that might work is to create a prim or an object that has a video script in it, so that it can play a channel. But I've never seen that happen with a Twitch account, so I'm wondering if it's even possible. Like, I know I've seen YouTube, for example, playing, but as far as streaming a Twitch, no, I don't think so. Anybody else?
So the best way is actually to go through this system of like straight up from the computer or whatever, like to this
create a stream
IceCast or something.
Yeah. So
I can step in again. with
step
the
it in,
technical-
Zoran. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Twitch and YouTube, yeah, they are streaming video services, not audio streams, as Second Life and the land permissions are accepting. You can do it through using a URL on-prem, as we've done with a couple things around here. I'm not sure if the Twitch video is compatible with the web browser that it is.
There you go. Kind of pretty much what I was saying. Yeah. So
Further testing needed.
further testing, yeah. So let's talk about again. You can, if you want to, invest the time, learn how to get make yourself a server at home, and somehow get that. I don't even know how, but I could learn it if I had to. Get a stream going out of it, so that people can. And you'd have to have it turned on at all times, or at least the time that you want to have it active. So there is that, which is free to make your own stream. Usually it requires an external hard drive and that sort of thing, where it's hooked up to your computer and it's sort of driving like a stream. So anyway, there are stream shops, and that's what I like to use. It's simple and easy and basic, and you just go to the shop, you open up Second Life, do a search for rentals, so we don't specifically. Oftentimes I use the word stream, and you'll get the shops. You go to the store with the landmark provided, and after buying it, the store sends it an inventory item to your inventory folder on your viewer, which is part of your avatar. And then you open up the folder. Typically, you get something like this. So after you buy the product, you'll get a folder in your inventory, and it will usually give you an example of the Shoutcast streaming information that would be used to put into your technology at home. So if there's a mention of a HUD that you have purchased, like the folder opens up and there's something called a HUD. What does that stand for again, Zoran? You tell me that again?
Sorry, a what?
A HUD?
Oh, heads-up display.
Heads-up display. So you wear that, and it will provide you with these details as well. It'll show up on your viewer, and once you open up, you'll see that the stream details will pop up in local chat, and this is what you would send to, like in my case, I use butt, B-U-T-T. This information is what you would put inside of butt to make it work. All of that we just talked to assumes that you know how to do all of this, how to search on Second Life Viewer, how to teleport to a store and all that stuff. And like I said, wear a HUD. And I've got this video that I made, and we can show it now or keep going. I think I can tell by what I'm getting a sense from you guys is you've got the hang of that. And let me say to viewers who are watching this stream that's recorded on the YouTube channel, I will put the link to the video into the what do you call it, the comment and explanation of the video, so you'll see it, and I think you'll be able to link from there. If not, I'll make it public so you can watch it later if you need to start from that level. So and most people don't, when I'm talking about right clicking and that sort of thing in the video, what I'm talking about is the equivalent of what is a Windows command, right click and left click. And here's the equivalent on Mac if you have an older Mac mouse. I thought of everything, didn't I, for the basic person? Okay, so let's move into details from the streaming service. So here it is, an example of my local chat that shows up when I purchased my rental. And this is, again, all the information I need to copy and paste into my streaming. So let's use Mix, which is a free app for DJs, as our example. Mix, again, is downloadable for free. And in the settings, there is a live broadcasting section where you would then enable live broadcasting with the click box. This is under preferences, and then live broadcasting, the enable a live broadcasting checkbox. And notice how I've already copied and pasted all of the stuff that I need to put into the boxes, so the ports and so on. Sometimes the streams don't actually say port 1 and so on. So you kind of have to play with the information provided and interpret that into the app that you're using at home to make it fit. But here it's password is kind of obvious and that sort of thing. So then you have stream settings information and other information that you can update. I'm going to zoom in on the mouse cam here so you can see it. You can use your magnifier if you want to see that up close, you guys who are here in Second Life. All right, so I have Super Sue Show listed as a stream name, and I've got the bit rate of 128. I believe the best way to do it is to find out what the bit rate is of the stream that's coming in, and you can see that it tells you, I think it mentioned it in my information if I'm correct. So matching the bit rate is really good, I think, for making the quality of the sound as best as you can. And so I had it as 128. Sounds okay.
Yeah, the best is 320, I think.
Yeah, wasn't that? Yeah, that's super high. So
It's super high.
yeah,
128, so it's okay.
high
That's good.
definition. So here we have 100 listeners, notice too, and so you can purchase sometimes a larger listener stream. So if you're going to be playing, let's say you're a superstar, internet superstar, and you're going to be playing at Burn 2, that's possible. You might do. We have our 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and currently right now we do have a Black Rock City DJ playing on our sim. We can't hear it because we're parceled off in the back in the workshop. But right now I'm going to pan over with my camera and show you just for fun, everybody watching at home. We have, I forgot the DJ's name, but something with an M. She is right now playing on stage if everything's working out great. And she has just learned how to get her avatar, and she walked up to the stage after a couple of emails. She's over there right now playing her stream for everybody who's listening in the stage area. We can't hear it. But she might want to pick something that's around 100, but you can, I think, get a larger size. I think you can get even less too for less money. But big events like our Big Burn, October Burn, we have 6 sims. It's bigger than this one, and so we may easily have 100 listeners at one time. So you want to think about that. So this is an example of the, if you click on the rental, you can see this type of information. And so and you can listen to it too, to test it over here. There's a click box for a click to listen. So when I rented and I put it into my butt or my mix, this is what comes out, and you can test it. All right, what's next? So for performers who are signed up in Access Group, we invite you to, did I skip? Hold on just a moment here. Let's see, I feel like I skipped something. Let me just double check here. Come on, Rez. No, I did that already. Showed you how you can enter it in. Okay. Nope, I did not. Okay, we're fine. So if those who are performing are who are signed up with our application to perform at our Big Burn, for example, or other events, we set everyone up in Access Group to wear a tag. That tag, it goes floating on top of your head, and it would say Burn to Performer. And this tag allows you to change the stream if we set it up that way. Sometimes we have the hosts have the ability to change the stream, and the performers wearing the tag, but the host is the stream, has the ability to change the stream into the sim. But so other places in Second Life may handle their stream changes with a different kind of setup with a venue host. So you have to find out from the host or from the venue how they're setting up entering in your stream. So just a little thing about Mix or any other of these DJ apps that are out there. In order to make Mix work for me, I had to download this thing called a lame encoder. And that's because the MP3 file that it helps to generate has special, it's owned by somebody, and these apps are not allowed to include the encoder with their application download and setup. So you have to do that separate, and it sets up to play MP3s once you set up the lame encoder with your app that you're using. Any questions so far? So
far, so good.
All right, very good. So now you're ready to input your settings and the information in your stream, and you optionally complete the stream settings. Like, say, for example, you put the name of your show and that kind of thing, which you don't have to do that. You can even put a genre in there and so on. And when you're in Second Life and you're performing, if the app that you're using has ability to do it, like Butt does, Mix does, you'll see in local chat the name of the song pop up if you set it up that way. And it'll also play, Super Sue's show, now playing so-and-so song. So that's nice to have for your listeners and for your audience. And you can do that. So lastly, we have the encoding settings. Now, your second stream will support connected 192 beats per, what is that? Is that bytes? Zoran, the Tech Talk, BPS. I don't know what it stands for.
Oh,
BPM.
bits per second.
Bits per second. Thank you. Bytes, not bits. I mean, bits, not bytes. However, the ISP connection can maintain that level. Like we were just saying earlier, it really matters how good your internet is and how much can come out of your computer into the internet has a lot to do with how the quality sounds. So if you can, try to see if you can bump that up. And I'm not sure how you do that exactly. I just happen to have really good internet at home. I was able to just set up really good internet. I think you just have to call your internet company and buy the upgraded internet if you're having trouble. Isn't that about right, boys? Or people, I should say. Not gender specific, not in Second Life. So again, you have to get the lame encoder to do the MP3 audio coding, and you would do that separate. So most of the time when you're downloading this, you'll get a pop-up that'll say, like at Mix, it said, you need to download the lame encoder. Go here and get it. And so So again, we have live stages, we have our scheduling, so it's great for performers. We kind of schedule you into our stages, but we also have sound camps at Burn 2, and they have their own stages. These are Second Life or other community performers in groups and communities who have signed up to participate with us at Burn 2, and depending on the event, we sometimes have multiple performances happening on the playa at the same time. So we could have our stages set up, and we could also have a camp that has a separate parcel with its own, like this workshop here is separated. We cannot hear the stage right now. So you could have your own soundscape, sound space in your camp, which could be your lineup of DJs. So you can kind of hook into communities here and then get into, just like you would at Burning Man, get into a sound camp and hopefully get a chance to get your slot, your spot. So not a whole lot of places in Second Life have a situation where there might be multiple performers happening at the same time, and it can be very intimidating because you're thinking, oh well, what if I suck, they're all going to go over to the other one. That's the kind of thing that happens at Burning Man, and somehow it seems to balance itself out. Most of the time you're going to have a collection of burners at the different places, and then you have the roamers who go around and roam from performance to performance for the hour and just go and listen a little bit.
That happens.
Go ahead.
Super Sus.
Yeah.
That happens in the real festivals too.
Yeah.
There is different stage with different bands and different performance. So it's perfect. Great.
Yeah. So for a lot of burners or people that are not used to that, that is something to know about Burn 2. So yeah, we are now, like I said, this is part of, I had these two different presentations, so I kind of cross-presented here a little bit. But we have access to our venues and DJs who are in good standing and have volunteered to perform in the past are cool with the 10 principles of Burning Man, such as no tip jars. You have use of the stream at Burn 2's Gerlach Roadhouse, and you can invite your friends to come hang out. It could be, if you wanted, as long as nobody else is signing up for it, a regular gig. And as this gets more and more known, it might get more popular. But right now, we don't have a whole lot of users using the Gerlach Roadhouse. It's brand new. So it's pretty much open. And I would recommend that you go for it, and if you're like curious, what are these bells? You hear all these bells? Well, that is, I believe, the bell at the gate. That's the newbies ringing the bell.
No, I
You can't hear it? Oh, because I have my sounds turned up. Yeah. I have my...
Oh, yeah, you got it. There's some bells. So
yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Tibetan bells.
It's the new avatars coming in, new burners ringing the bell at the gate with the greeters. So so this is our Roadhouse. I invite you to come and party at the Roadhouse. So I hope you got an idea of how this works in Second Life, and there are other ways to do it besides the one that I focused on today. You can learn more on how to get hardware. You can learn how to get your own cloud drive. You can learn how to get your own stream going, your own monthly subscription to Icecast or Shoutcast, or you can rent a stream from one of these shops in World for a temporary period of time. And that's what you've learned today. And there are more performance DJ workshops coming. Well, actually, we just had, I think this might be the last one that I'm aware of, but I have to, Zoran, can you tell me if there's any more performance-oriented workshops coming up?
Yes, there is a DJ, well, it's a how to use mix.
Oh, that's great.
Workshop coming up on Friday the 4th.
I'm going to see if I can...
MSL 101 for free or cheap.
And what is the time on that again?
It's 5 p.m. to 6 p.m.
So on that Friday, I hope to be able to stream that live like I'm doing now for the host, the facilitator. So if you're at home listening to this, you can hopefully come in the world with an avatar. That's a good idea. Go get yourself a free avatar in Second Life. And then go search. This is the hard part. People get all excited. They spend all of their energy getting that download and the viewer and stuff. And now they've got their avatar and they're in some weird space in Second Life. And they say to themselves, yeah, okay, this is cool, but how do I find Burn 2? And they forget that they have to go back to where they started with the instructions at burn2.org and see how it says at the bottom. Once you get your avatar all set up, you search in the search bar for Burn 2, or also Burning Man. You can search Burning Man and it'll come up as well. And there it is, a landmark to find us. So get your avatar and maybe even come in world for that workshop. All right, you can see how I've got an email, and we've got our contact us on the website, and I think that's good for now. You guys want to go check out that Gerlach Roadhouse? That's fun. It's just around the corner from here, and that's what I've got. That's what I've got.
Great.
Hopefully, it was good.
Great job.
Awesome.
Thank you, Sue.
Quick question.
Thank you.
Is there
Oh,
is
good
there a way
question.
of getting like this presentation or the info again? Sorry, I know
Yes.
you said it
I'm so
before,
glad
but
you asked. Let me hook you up with that. Hold on just a moment. Oh, I gotta go. I've got to set
where
myself.
can we get it?
Stand by for that
So
information.
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah. So let me
Super
just-
Seuss?
Yeah, yeah. hmm
So the streaming that you are doing now in YouTube, it will stay in YouTube to
That is correct.
show to other people.
Yes, Mixcloud, our beautiful Mixcloud visions are going to be going away in a flash. They're not recorded, whereas our YouTube channel is recorded. And part of the reason why you're not hearing any music, at least on the YouTube channel, is because they boot that off. Now, Mixcloud, interestingly, for those who are interested in performing and stuff, Mixcloud is now doing a streaming service, which is something new since last few months. And Puddles turned me on to it. They have an account or contract with a lot of the record companies so that most of the music is permitted and copyright allowed somehow. Exactly, I don't know. So it's something that is arranged with the record companies so that their streams don't get kicked off, that while they're playing the music of their selection, of their curated DJ collection of music, it's not like Vimeo and YouTube are constantly now, and probably rightfully so, I guess, turning the sound off of the YouTube videos that have copyrighted music on it. So, something to know. Alrighty, I'm going.
Also, YouTube have the same service. There is a lot of free music
Oh yeah.
that you have to pick the music, and you can use it.
Okay. So
Exactly.
that's right. When you're a YouTube, like I'm right now doing a YouTube live, I noticed that when I'm editing some of this stuff, I can pick from downloadable, copyright permitted music to replace the stuff that is tagged as
Yeah.
yeah. So that's something to and you can download it.
Yeah.
Right. Mhm.
Hey, Suze.
Yeah.
No, I clicked the link of YouTube, but it doesn't work. So maybe you can upload it again.
Stand by for just a moment. Let's double check. My OBS is still running. My YouTube channel is still.
Really, with the YouTube music copyright issue, I really wish they'd go and update it to have some more intelligence in the audio processing, where it will go, oh, that entire track is somebody going and talking over it. Well, that isn't necessarily copyright, because who the heck wants to go and listen to a track with somebody talking over it?
Right. And now they have some kind of system in place where it catches that as well. It can hear the song behind the. I don't know.
Yeah, it does.
So
And then it still goes and says that is the full performance of the music, and it has the same applications as copyright. And just like,
Yeah, sorry. Okay, yeah, so it's on.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Sorry, my A was missing at the end there. So what do we have going on next, Zoran? What's on our schedule? Let's mention something here.
The very next workshop that's officially in there is, I believe it was.
I'm going to look at the performance schedule, too, for tonight. Let's see. What's tonight? Tonight's Monday.
So
Tuesday, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, it's 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. It's
Mm.
going to be sustainable gardening and upcycling.
Did you say
hosted by Sparky,
gardening?
right over there.
Hello.
Oh, hey, Sparky.
Hey.
Want to talk about your workshop real quick for those who are listening?
Yeah, sure. It's just really me sharing my experience and a bit of information I gathered online about gardening and how we can reuse plastic to help start plants and turn a little bit of yard space into a food if you really want to.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so this is something that you can, we can try to stream for you if we can work that out. Did you say it was at 1 o'clock? I have to work actually on 1 o'clock. I won't be able to record that. But anyone could record that and stream it on
Cool.
YouTube if they wanted to do that instead of me, but only on their own channel, I guess. So, but anyway, we won't, if it's during my work hours, I won't be able to record it. So you have to
That's
come
all
in
good.
world, people. Yeah.
Suze, I've got a question on how you set up a PowerPoint here on in World.
Oh, Sparky, let me
And if you think
share
that'd be-
you. I'll share you the slideshow thing that I've got here, and you can make your own.
Okay.
And you just upload your textures and the bottom strip. You just put them, you drag and drop them into the bottom strip, and they all show up, especially if they're numbered. If you have numbered
Oh,
files,
interesting.
yeah. So you could have like photo. You could have words, and it's all the same. But then at the end of the file, like you often do, you put the number, and it'll all come in order. Okay, so
Okay.
back to Monday. What's happening next? It's 6 o'clock, and our Black Rock City walk-in, walk-on DJ is finishing at 6. I want to catch that last little bit if I can, see how she sounds. And then Alprunti Resident, also known as Ion. Oh, yeah, Ion. Ion is fabulous. Fabulous DJ. I hope to be able to stream that for everybody. I'm the next streamer in Mixcloud, so I'm switching over to Mixcloud next. So everybody, you want to catch that. It's going to be a great show. Ion is fabulous. And then...
Let's go and dance all together.
excellent. I love it. I'm going to go and dance. That's a good idea. I need to get some exercise. When I get my Mixcloud all set up, I'll crank it up loud and do a little dancing in my office. Why not? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Suze.
Okay, you're very welcome.
Very nice.
More scheduling is over at the burn2.org website, everybody. I'm going to sign off. Thank you, everybody who helped me
Thank you,
and
thank
shared.
you.
Thank you, everybody.
Suze.
Let's go to
Hugs and
dance.
kisses.
Don't be lazy.
Okay, bye, everybody. Ending the stream.